Here are a few beginner tips for the Darwin project. I hope you enjoy! Early game is all about resource management. A good early game means you will have more gear and tools to fight for electronics in mid and late game. The resources to manage early game are your stamina bar, your cold bar, your arrows, your armor, wood, leather, and most importantly, time. Your stamina and the time you need to loot X amount of items are closely linked. A good use of stamina can decide if you had time to get 1 or 2 more wood or arrows before an engagement and will give you an advantage in your first fight. Make sure to preserve your stamina on the way to a resource you want to gather and use it up just before you get to it. Then it will refill while gathering, rinse and repeat. This will give you the most movement speed and the most out of your stamina. Your cold bar will force you to waste 1 wood to make a fire and give away your position, so it might be worth it to get a cloak early to slow down the drain until you have your essential items and are safe to build a fire. Try to find a house early and check if you are alone in your sector. If you are, build a cloak early, delay armor, start farming up gear so you can go into a strong mid game. If however you're not alone, craft armor and try to get an early kill for fast resources. Make sure you have enough arrows to fight. When someone gets the jump on you while you have used up all your early wood to build gear instead of arrows, you are as good as dead. If you are not using the normal arrows, you need to invest your first few wood into arrows. Build as many as you think you need to kill one player, then start investing wood in other things like armor, a cloak and traps. In early game fights, being on the high ground can actually be a disadvantage, because the arrows your enemy misses are flying far away and the one you are missing are landing beside him for him to pick up. The director is human, so it's completely natural for him to have a favorite player he might want to help win. Being nice to the director, or at least talk to him, will take you a long way of him helping you out. Try to be funny, be ballsy, have a personality, and call him by his name. People love getting called by their names. Having an easy to read and pronounce name might make you easier for the director to approach. Some of them might want to shoutcast, which gets extremely hard if Sukabliet is fighting against www.twitch.tv/yournameistoolong. Having a microphone and using it is an absolute necessity for this game. But this only applies to a single director. If there's also a crowd to please, then being funny will only work if the director himself is streaming the game. If another player is streaming, then the crowd will most likely either favor him anyway, or will only favor you if you make good plays to impress the crowd. Impressing the director with sick plays works too, of course.
Headshot.
At the end of the day, this is a battle royale game. The last man standing wins. So there's no point in fighting a fight you cannot win. If playing aggressive gives you an advantage, play aggressive. If running away to live and fight another day will increase your chances of winning, do that. If you're getting caught in a 3-way fight, try to take a step back and shoot them when they're fighting each other, or hide in a bush until one of them is dead and kill the victor. But look out for traps. Speaking of traps, use them. bait your enemies into them to get free hits and or tracking on them, and ultimately kill them faster. You will come out of fights with more health and arrows than if you have a long-range bow fight with someone who might even have better aim than you. There's absolutely no reason to take a fight in which you don't have the upper hand. Use smoke bombs to get away and your electronics to get into a better position, so you can get a jump on your enemies. Don't give away your position. If you are on someone's tail and he doesn't know about you yet, it's a good idea to wait for the correct moment to attack. If you can see an enemy, it's pointless to pick up a clue and gain tracking on him. Try to get closer first and pick up a clue when you're just about to fight, so you can make use of the wall hack tracking gives you. Do not miss your first shot. Take your time to aim your first shot. If your target doesn't know you're there, if you miss, you're giving him most of your advantage of breaking his armor for free.
A new electronic is available.
Think about when you are crafting or collecting resources. If you know someone is nearby, crafting or collecting something will show a visual indicator on their screen revealing your position. If you see this indicator yourself and you craft something, chances are they will see you crafting as well. Think about when and where to put down your campfire. Keep an eye on your cold bar and plan ahead. Are you going to pick up an electronic soon anyway? Put down a campfire first and get a full cold bar while picking up the electronic. If you really need a fire, craft items while waiting for the cold bar to fill. If you have no resources to craft snowballs and put the fire out after you're full. This minimizes the time the fire is up and decreases the chance of someone spotting your fire. Also, there's no reason why anyone else should get to use your campfire you used your wood to craft. Alright, I hope you learned something. Cheers!
You can die tomorrow.